Hi, this is Tom Kane, the voice of Jedi Master Yoda. And this is Inside the Force. Listen, you will. Foreseen it I have, yes.
It is a period of Star Wars mania, as new movies, comic books, novels, and TV shows populate the system. Fueled by their love and passion for the galaxy far, far away, two exceptional geeks tap into hundreds of holocrons in order to bring you the knowledge and insight of all things Star Wars. Come and join them as they go inside the Force.
Welcome back, everyone. Star Wars Inside the Force. Dave Cottingham here with Casey Cooley.
Hey, everybody.
Welcome back to an action-packed episode.
We're getting there.
As we are
Getting there.
1 month away.
One whole month.
1 month away. Now, just take it in a second.
So tomorrow will be, what, 5 weeks? 4 weeks?
Okay, so yeah, tomorrow is Thursday.
Yeah.
So I think, is it 5 weeks?
I think it's 5.
1, 2, 3, 4.
4 weeks away?
Weeks.
Ah. Counting them. One
4.
whole hand.
So basically, it's 28 days.
Yeah.
I mean, you're saying 1 month. Just because
One
it's
calendar
the 18th,
month, yeah.
But it's 28 days
Mm-hmm.
from today is we will be watching episode 7.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Incredible. So as we kind of get into this episode, we'll be talking a little bit about the movie, not really much. Some TV spots have been coming out. And then we'll, of course, review the next episode of Star Wars Rebels, which we just watched, called Blood Sisters.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of backstory on Sabine. Talk about the new game, Star Wars Battlefront.
Absolutely.
That we've both purchased already and been playing. And then we'll get into a little bit of about the commentary that we have started. And episode 1 is out there on the interwebs that you can watch it or listen to. It's a previous podcast. The previous podcast of this episode, which we released last week, is the episode 1 commentary that we did. So we'll talk a little bit more about that and kind of stuff that we didn't talk about in the movie. So, all right. Anyway, getting into it. Episode 7 now. I want to say, I was going to look this up real fast, but I want to say there's been 3 TV spots.
I
think there's been a 60 and a 30, and then I think they just released another 30 today, centered around Finn.
Yeah.
The other 2 have been really Rey heavy.
Right.
But there's been a little more dialogue now. A couple lines here and there. Now, okay, so Casey has not seen these.
I've not watched them.
Not even the one I told you to watch? I thought you watched one of them.
I watched one of them. It was like, which one was that? Was that the Japanese? I think that was
that's the Japanese trailer.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that was the Japanese trailer.
I saw that one.
Yes.
But and from the first TV spot, I saw some of the images just because it was everywhere and it was hard to not see it. Like the shot of Han Solo, like on whatever planet that is, a snowy planet. I guess maybe Starkiller Base, and he's like just looks really distressed, really grieved, or like in pain or something. Like just his face just looks like he's hurt somehow, like emotionally hurt. So this is a cool looking shot. That's why, like, I saw that, as like, holy crap! I already thinking about like what the context of that could be. You know, like what could make him feel that. So like I just don't want to. I don't want my mind to go there. Anymore. So I just don't want to. I don't want to connect the dots. So I'm kind of avoiding all things, and I don't want to see anything cool, like any new cool shots. I want to be surprised by all the cool spectacles, all the cool sequences that will be in the movie. So I've not seen it, and there's also been some pictures released too, some images from
some stills,
Entertainment Weekly.
Yeah,
I saw some of those on accident. Which again, it like there was a picture of Finn and Poe Dameron that like totally. I mean, it confirmed a lot what I'd already speculated, like a moment early on in the film. But I mean, it's just I'm tired of it. I can't do it. I just can't do it. I don't want to know.
I have watched them.
Yeah, yeah. No.
And it looks like, according to their YouTube channel, there's been a 60-second spot, and then there's been, which I guess is kind of a shorter trailer version, and then there's been 2 spots, 2 30s on Rey, and then they just released today a spot on Finn.
Okay.
And so, in my opinion, if people are kind of holding out like you, I'm just saying that it's not revealing anything any more than what the trailer has revealed.
Right.
You do get some more. You get a little bit of dialogue from the actual characters, which is good because I think it just helps to put a voice to them.
Yeah.
That we haven't really heard before. And you know, it's trying to like just basically they're not, there's no story in there, just like the trailers don't really have a story.
Right.
But they are kind of telling you the importance of these characters is really all these spots are doing. Like, here's an important character that's going to be part of this movie.
Right.
Here's an important character, you know, like Finn is going to be a part of this. But it's still pretty vague because you still hear the voice of who we think is Lupita.
Right.
From the trailer. Mm-hmm. We still hear her voice, and she's kind of talking a little more deeper than what she did in the trailer about somebody. Like, you're not, that's the thing too, is like right now you don't know if she's talking to Rey or she's talking to Finn, because in Rey's spot she says stuff and you're like, oh, that makes sense. Then you watched Finn's and it's like, well, wait a minute, she's talking to him or she's talking to her, you know? So he's still keeping you guessing, which is good.
Yeah.
You know, you're not revealing anything. So,
and I need to listen to that first trailer where you hear her voice, because I just want to make sure that it is Lupita's character, that Maz Kanata, or if it's, because for a second I thought it could have been Gwendolyn Christie, you know, which made me think, like, what if Captain Phasma is like a double agent in a way? You know?
See, I don't think that's her voice though. I mean,
they both have. I mean, they're a female British. Well, although Lupita is, I guess, African,
but I watched Game of Thrones. She had nothing. I mean, she doesn't talk like that in there.
Yeah,
but I don't think I've ever heard a real accent.
I've tried watching some interviews, and it's you know, just that kind of, I don't know. It's similar, but I think it is Lupita.
I just don't think she would be the one that says, the Force.
I agree.
It's calling to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, unless there's some crazy twist. But yeah, I agree. Though. Yeah, I agree that it could be Maz Kanata, but
that's who she's playing.
That's who Lupita's playing. Yeah, that pirate.
Yeah, see, we'd never see. We don't know anything about. That's what makes me think it's her, because
yeah.
We haven't seen her. We don't know what her position is or what her deal, you know, is in the movie is. Yeah,
I think it's also just amazing that they haven't shown Gwendolyn Christie's face.
No,
I think that's
we may not see it. Do you think we'll see it?
I think we'll see it. I think it'll be kind of like a twist. Not even much of a twist, but just like a interesting little reveal. Like, oh, somehow in a fight the helmet gets knocked off and it's a woman. And I'll just maybe, because it's funny to see. You know, someone pointed this out to me. All these old kids for Halloween dressing up as Captain Phasma. These are boys dressing up as Captain Phasma.
That's true.
Like, you don't know that's actually a girl. And
wow, that's true. So
I wonder if they'll surprise people with that. But no, I don't know if we'll see her face. Which I think we will, just because she's a pretty big actress. You know, through Game of Thrones and all that stuff. And
yeah.
I don't know.
She, you know, so yeah, you're right. We haven't seen her. We haven't seen Lupita's character at all. We haven't seen Andy Serkis's character at all.
There's been some spoilers, I think, released of him as well. Like, Andy Serkis has been doing some interviews. I haven't read them though, so I don't know what it reveals.
There's no pictures or anything.
Right, but it talks about the context of his character.
No, I haven't read that. And then there's, there's no Luke.
Right.
There's no. I mean, there's. We haven't heard General Hux speak. You know, we've seen him. In stills and stuff. He's not even in trailers or anything.
Right.
So there's just still a lot of mystery to this. Now, real quick, I do want to hit on the theory that I read out there, and I cannot remember if we talked about this theory or not. But I watched a video that was just posted maybe about a week ago about the theory on command, or was it Grand Commander or
Circus's guy?
Yeah,
Supreme
Leader Snook, right?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Tell me if you've heard this or if we talked about this. Okay. I don't think we have, But this person basically did a video explaining his theory on that he thinks Andy Serkis's Snook is Darth Plagueis.
Okay.
We talked about
this, and I've not heard this rumor yet. So
you have, or you haven't?
I've not heard this.
Okay,
one.
yeah. So I was a little taken aback by it too, because I was like, did I hear that, or I haven't heard that, or not?
Snoke is Plagueis.
So what their theory is that Plagueis he's been the one masterminding this whole thing since episode 1. Now, this whole thing where like he obviously was we know he was around, at least
around sometime before episode 1. In the EU,
that was during his book.
Yeah.
So which is not canon. So yeah, I don't know, but they could still use that where he was around still during episode 1, and Palpatine was using Maul as an apprentice to do his bidding, and then he dies. Well, he supposedly kills him after inauguration,
right?
But maybe he didn't.
Yeah,
or maybe he again. That's not canon necessarily.
But he did. He said he died though.
So he tells Anakin he kills him. He kills him.
Yeah.
So, and he says he was able to save others from dying, but he couldn't save himself. Well, maybe he did save himself.
Yeah.
So that, and then he's been kind of lurking in the background now.
Yeah.
So
is he saying that Palpatine didn't know he actually thought he killed him?
Yes.
Okay.
And he kind of learned how to rejuvenate himself.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, why he waits?
Yeah.
all this time, I don't know. Maybe he's. I don't know. I don't know about all that. So, but the theories he kind of came across for Force Awakens were mainly the leaked concept art. Do you remember now? You know as well as I do that Plagueis is actually immune.
Right.
Andy Serkis apparently has been supposedly playing a CG character that is very tall.
Yeah.
And it cannot be done with prosthetics.
Right. Because it's the long head.
Yes.
Yeah.
So munes are very big and tall.
Yeah.
And that in there's a concept art, and I remember I saw it. I don't know if you said it, but there's one where there's a dark character kind of standing on top of a hill, and he's got a big and he's got the mask on.
Yeah.
And it's a clearly elongated head, and down, and then someone kind of kneeling down next to him, which kind of looks like Adam Driver, like an Adam Driver character, and then a woman with a lightsaber, kind of in the foreground. It looks a lot like Rey.
Yeah,
and so I don't know. Those it could have been kind of early concept art of Kylo Ren.
Yeah,
I don't know, but he had a pretty convincing video that he thinks that Snook is Darth Plagueis somehow. And again, we still don't know about Max von Sydow.
Yeah, that's like the biggest question, honestly, for me. Like bigger than Luke. It's just like, who is he playing? What is this? What's happening?
Who could he possibly be? You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know.
Besides just some random character, is he actually someone that's
some
connecting?
older guy? Yeah, like from the original.
From the originals.
So like he's just a guy who's seen it all to kind of help connect the dots. So he might not be that big of a role. It might be a decent role, but not like.
Do you think he's Ezra or Kanan?
I don't know. It's fun to think about. I just don't know. I really don't know.
I think he could be Ezra.
He could be those guys, but it's just such a shot in the dark that you don't know. He could just be some guy on Jakku that just kind of helps Rey.
Right.
He could, but we've seen nothing of him, so he could just be a voice of somebody. I don't know. It's just I don't know. It's really interesting how they. Even more so than Luke, they've hid this guy. Well, they've even talked about him.
No
one's even talked about him.
He was in the initial casting release.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
I haven't seen or heard about him since. But anyway, it was interesting. Are you looking it up?
I'm just going to kind of silently watch this and see.
Have you found it?
I think so.
Okay. But yeah, it's, let me make sure. Is it the one? Let me see.
Oh, shoot. This guy.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, that's it. That's
All
it.
right, I'll kind of skim through this.
Okay, so that's it. So that's a theory that's out there, I think, and I think it's an interesting theory, although I have a hard time believing it
Yeah.
because you're talking what? You're talking 50 years from episode 3 almost,
Jeez. 10,
right? Because it's 19,
13, then plus 19.
19 and 4,
30,
or 19 and 4, 19 and 4,
30.
right? 23 years and 30 years. You're talking
Yeah,
53 years
pretty
from
much.
episode 3.
Yeah.
So, I just don't see how he can just hang back for that long,
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't see that. So I think it's a good idea, but I think it's kind of far fetched. But then again, it's like I don't know who he could be.
Yeah.
Who could Andy Serkis? Who could this?
It's all that was officially confirmed that I've read is that he's just the leader of
The First Order, right?
the Knights of Ren. Specifically,
it's just the Knights of Ren.
Yeah, I think it's specifically that. So maybe he is part of the First Order. I don't know, but I think Kylo Ren, like he's working with the First Order, but he's also got his own agenda. Kind of, he's maybe using the First Order for his own agenda as well. Like he's working on both teams. That's kind of my idea.
Yeah, I mean, it could be possible that. I mean, is it possible that Snook? Maybe they're. Oh, what, have we talked about this? Like, have we talked whether or not? Is it possible Snook could just be how you say it, like a false name?
Oh, one of those like red hair names, like Kylo Ren is on his real name.
Yes.
Ren is, or Kylo isn't his name or whatever.
Or maybe he's renamed. Maybe he's renamed Admiral Thrawn.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that would be
Like,
cool.
is that possible?
Yeah, if we saw Snoke and if he like came in with like a blue face and red eyes, I would fall to the floor. But like, I don't think you need a CG character for that though, unless they change his look. He's essentially the same character, like as in what he does. Like he's just this really awesome strategist, really good, like the Admiral Thrawn. He just kind of comes in and kicks butt and takes names, but he can look different.
I mean, again, I don't think that's going to be it.
Yeah, but he can serve the same purpose as a Thrawn character would, perhaps.
Yeah, because he could have been, one of these admirals or moffs that after the Empire fell, he kind of took over.
Yeah, but that's the thing, like, with the whole Thrawn thing was, there weren't any aliens of that high order.
Correct.
That was the whole thing with him was, he was an alien, but he was an admiral, so.
But again, it's not canon.
No, it's not canon. So, but then they could do that. They could be like that with Snoke. Like he could be that one. Because the whole time with Thrawn was that he was in the unknown regions of the universe, doing Imperial stuff out there, kind of just off, like almost like a prodigal son, like this guy that we don't want to recognize. So we just send him out far away. So in Snoke could be that character where he comes back and he, this is what I want to do with the universe. So I don't know. That's good. That's very,
That's very big speculation. Well, we'll know in a month. So
I'll be watching it for the second time right now. A month.
That's right. You will be watching it a second time. I will not be. I'll be. Well, here's what sucks. Well, not sucks. I guess kind of for you, maybe.
Oh, great.
Well, because we actually talked about, me and Chad today, we're talking about how we need to do a roundtable discussion, like film a roundtable discussion right after we see the movie.
Oh, yeah.
Like go back to the office.
Yeah.
Have it set up where we're sitting around the conference room with like 4 different cameras.
Yeah.
And with like 5 or 6 people.
Yeah.
And just talk about what we just saw.
Give him a ticket away, maybe. But
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, well, you could probably sell it.
No get my money back
because it's like sold out. I mean, the 8 o'clock we're going to is sold out.
Yeah.
Do you know we counted it up? I didn't realize this. Do you know how many screens are showing it at Cinemark? Just Cinemark?
I was thinking like 5 at least.
8.
8 because you have like
including the 3D.
2 3D.
No, there's
how many 3D? Because I thought it was like
4 2D and 4 3D.
Yeah. Okay.
There's 8 screens going.
That's pretty good. That's half. Is that half?
Yes.
That's half the
it's
Cinemark.
half
That's
the
half the
Cinemark.
Cinemark theater.
That's what we were talking about.
Yeah.
Half a Cinemark. And that's just one theater.
Yeah. And it's all sold out, pretty much, right?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. It showed the times available, but when you clicked on them, they said sold out. So I didn't click them all. But but no, there's tickets going on eBay for like $100 at like New York and stuff like that, where it is completely sold out.
Yeah.
It's gonna make so much money.
It's gonna
so much
shatter
money.
everything.
Yes. So I hope you guys got your tickets.
Yeah.
But let's go ahead and shift gears a little bit here. Talk about Rebels.
Okay.
The next episode of Rebels just aired. We just watched it. It was called Blood Sisters. Little backstory on Sabine. I think this was episode 7, maybe.
I lost count.
So Blood Sisters. What'd you think? Review. Go.
I liked. Oh god. I mean, I liked it. It's fine. It was just a simple little backstory episode. Nothing too. I was about to say it doesn't advance the plot, but there's really not been an overarching plot so far in this season, except for the brother and the sister. Kind of like that's just the new villain that we have to kind of defeat. The main villain that we have to defeat right now. They weren't involved in this at all, so it was literally all Sabine stuff with an old friend and foe of hers. But it was fine. It was good. I mean, got some good Imperial battles there. It was nice. I mean, it was the episode that I think we needed. We talked about this, thinking kind of what we wanted to see this next season, or what we're probably going to see are these backstories of the characters, because we didn't find out hardly anything about them last season. So we finally got that of Sabine. So it was needed, I guess, to learn more about her. It was nice. I liked it. Good action.
Good.
It's good.
Yeah, I definitely enjoyed it. I thought it was, there was a lot of. It felt like there was a little more original trilogy homages to it. The droid being, seeing him in that same droid was kind of in the Jawa Sandcrawler in episode 4.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, you get R2 at the end.
Yeah, that's nice.
you see a glimpse of Alderaan.
Yeah, that's good.
So there's little beckons to the original trilogy. Organa, Bail Organa was mentioned a couple times. So, I thought I enjoyed it. I thought it was really good. Good Chopper episode as well.
Yeah.
Chopper had some good things going on.
Yeah,
very cool. So check that out. Of course, Rebels Recon is out on StarWars.com of that episode. Quick thing too is I'll get to that actually later. But okay, so Rebels, of course, brand new episode next week. That looked pretty intense. Some Star Destroyers look like crashing into each other.
Crashing, and then you saw it felt a lot like the original trilogy. But you saw Kanan and Rex there in Stormtrooper outfits.
Yeah.
Interesting to see how that happens.
Yeah, if anybody didn't see the last episode's Rebels Recon, which was Wings of the Master, when they first introduced the B-Wing.
Yeah.
Did you see the last week?
Yeah.
Oh, so we didn't even talk. We didn't do a show last week. So
that was pretty cool, though.
That was really good.
Yeah.
Last week's episode, Wings of the Master.
I didn't know B-Wings could do that. That little power, that lasers.
I didn't either.
Focus laser thing.
Why didn't they do that against the Empire in episode 6?
No.
Because I never saw any of that.
They get rid of that somehow. I don't know.
Yeah, the B-Wing. B-Wing is apparently frankly badass ship.
Yeah.
But they don't. It doesn't really come off like that in the original trilogy. I don't know. Because I always liked how the cockpit stays the same and it just kind of swings around. I thought that was pretty cool. But but that was a really good episode. So that was more of a Hera backstory. Like how she became a pilot, wanted to become a pilot. Was able to pilot anything, and she actually gets promoted to squad commander,
a Phoenix
squad commander. Yes, at the end of that episode, so she's moving up in the Rebel ranks,
which made me think too. Like, I'm starting to see where these characters can kind of start to drift off. After the series is done, they just kind of drift off into the abyss of the Rebels. Like Hera just kind of continues on, working with the Rebel squadrons. So they
could split up.
Yeah, I think that's very possible.
that's how kind of the show maybe ends. Is they kind of
Zeb, Sabine, and Hera. You know, I just Ezra and Kanan. Something's got to happen with them, though.
I know something bad.
Yeah,
Vader.
Yeah, Vader, of course, he's bad.
So that's that was pretty good. So on that Rebels Recon, though, I think that's the one that they talked. Andy, who's the host, talked to Pablo again. You know, she always asks Pablo a question, and the question was, I think something about why Rex is only with the Rebels and where's Wolf and so Gregor.
Yeah.
And he kind of pointed out, well, as you can see from the episode, you don't really want those two because of their mental state. You know, and it's, Rex is the soldier, and he's the one they kind of fell behind and stayed behind and kind of finished their life, you know, on their own. So Rex is. So I mean, it sounds like Rex is officially part of the rebellion.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's good. That's cool.
Yeah, I mean that's something I don't think I would have ever guessed.
No,
you know, but I remember, you know, people that listened to my interview with David Collins a few episodes ago, you know, he clearly states it on there that, you know, when I asked him about, because I've always asked a lot of people we've talked to, like that were in love with the Clone Wars, like how did you feel about it being not really ending, you know, kind of how
stopping,
how it went.
Yeah,
he's like, you know what? He goes, at first, like everybody, I think I was bummed and upset and didn't know why. But to be honest, everybody that worked on Clone Wars is working on Rebels.
yeah,
and
they're going to tell their stories.
Well, and Dave is basically, if you think about it, Rebels is just a continuation of the Clone Wars. Yeah. That's really what it is.
Yeah.
Because think about it, whatever happened to Ahsoka? Oh, there she is.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to Rex?
Yeah.
There he is.
Yeah.
So he is, I feel like we're getting
Yeah.
the closure of the Clone Wars inside Rebels.
Yeah, that's funny. Dave Filoni's almost doing like his own trilogy of shows, I think. So like after Rebels is done, they should do a post Jedi, animated series.
Yes,
that'd be cool.
I totally agree with you.
That'd be really nice. Leading up to 7 or whatever.
Yeah, he definitely could do that. I mean, how awesome it would be to have an animated series that has Luke and Leia and Han. Oh my gosh!
And that's honestly how I thought we would get more Star Wars, is if it was like animated, 3D animated of those guys.
Totally.
Before all this, awesome stuff is happening now.
Yeah, because and I'm sure we'll talk about it. I mean, for weeks. I think after Episode 7 comes out, is that gap, that 30-year gap, because there's no way you can cover what happened.
That's a lot of exposition.
Yes.
To talk about.
And Star Wars isn't known for that.
Right.
They're not known for talking about the past. They're referencing it.
Yeah.
But there's no one that's going to sit there and show, I'm assuming it's not going to show any backstory.
Yeah.
It's not going to talk about it, really.
Yeah.
You're just going to have to assume everything that led up to that point, right? Because in Empire, you don't know what happened the 3 years in between the Death Star blowing up. And, we're finding out now a little bit. Yeah. But even throughout the 80s and 90s, it was like, okay, how much did Luke train?
Yeah.
Between 4 and 5.
Right.
Apparently not much if he's still holding his blaster.
Yeah.
So we're learning though, he tried to seek out. He went to Obi-Wan's place to find out what to do. And I think he found a holocron. I know he ran into Boba Fett.
He has his journal. Did he get his holocron?
Oh yeah, I think it was his journal. I think it was just a journal. No, he found the holocron with the Hutt.
Oh yeah.
Now he's got all kinds of Jedi relics.
Yeah.
So he's on that path.
Yeah.
But you didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It changed. we're changing the movies.
Yeah.
As we go on, and it's almost as we get into kind of what we did was our commentaries. It's almost it almost after each year you can redo a commentary almost on every movie, because there's aspects of it that you're just going to know different things about the characters, especially the original trilogy. With Rebels and all these stories, the books, the comics are set during the original trilogy. So, but again, like we're getting a book on Obi-Wan and Anakin. Yeah. Between 1 and 2.
Yeah, that'll change a lot too. Yeah.
That will add more to it. It's just freaking awesome. So let's see where are we going to go from there. Let's just transition to the next thing, which is the game.
Yeah.
Battlefront. Now I per your advice, bought the EA Access early access and been playing it before it even came out.
Yeah.
But, so full review on the game. Is it everything you expected?
It is. For me, it is absolutely. I hear people talking about some of the things. There are small maps on the game. The maps you play on are kind of smaller, little things. But none of that really bothers me though. I think they're small, but not too small. There are some really big ones, like the Hoth kind of stuff. Ones are pretty big. It is pretty like all out, just insane game. Kind of like it's a very competitive game. I was watching some guys stream their games on Twitch, and some guys are already at like in their mid 30 levels, like level 33, and unlocking all this stuff. So guys are playing already nonstop and already way up there. I think
rank 33.
The highest I've seen possible is 50.
Holy!
So I've seen some things you could unlock at level 50. So there's I can go on forever, but I'm at 15 right now, and that's just playing
7
a little bit, a little bit every day. But it is absolutely incredible. I love the soldiers, just being there and on the intensity of just the bloodbath of just going on about fighting the Imperials, fighting rebels, and it's just you guys are getting killed, responding, getting killed, responding. Like, it's just insane. But I love it. It's awesome. Playing as the heroes. I think I've played as just about everybody at this point, except for Princess Leia. And I've played as Boba. Yeah, so I've played just about as everybody right now.
You have played as Boba Fett?
Yeah. Well,
How do you do that?
there are. Well, okay, it's different from old Battlefronts, because the old Battlefronts you can, if you do really well in the battle, they will reward you to play as a hero. But it's different on this Battlefront because there are these kind of tokens that you can, these like hologram tokens you can walk through and like unlock during the battle. So like they have ones for certain power ups, certain bombs. There are some about tokens about flying a ship, but there are the hero tokens that you can grab and kind of initiate, and you can choose whichever hero you want on that level on that map. So I'm pretty sure if not for those, because there are other different maps that you can play where you are a hero, like it's heroes versus villains.
Yes.
So I've done that, and I've been like Luke and Vader and Han Solo quite a bit because I've found those tokens and you can unlock. It's just incredible. The ships as well. For a while it took me a little bit to get the hang of the ships, because I didn't quite like it as much, just because it was just hard for me to really get the hang of it. Until I found out how you can lock on the ships. I don't know why that took me a few days. I was like, I got to like manually follow them and like get them in my crosshairs and shoot them. Like, this is so much harder than the old Battlefronts. I can just like press X or whatever and like unlock. So I just hold down the left trigger and I lock onto a guy. Although it still breaks you and puts like a brake on your ship.
Moves.
Yeah, so you move a little slower if you hold it down. But now I love it, and I got the hang of it pretty well. I do pretty well now in the ships levels. Decent, getting to okay levels on skill level.
Do you become like the Falcon the same way?
I haven't yet to be those. I think
I don't know how.
It's like if guys immediately become that. I think as soon as the battle starts, there are some guys I think that just grab onto it, and you're basically invincible in those ships.
I know.
So they are the ship the entire time essentially. So
yeah, they're just destroying everybody.
Yeah,
because I there's several times I'm in X-wing and I've been trying to kill Slave One, and Slave One just turns around and just destroys me.
Like I'll be on him and I'll be laying fire on him, shooting, like it's just racking up points myself, just damaging them. But you can't kill them. No. It's insane unless everybody focuses on them. But no, I like it. It's the ships are really fun. It's
so fun.
I love the soldiers.
The graphics.
Yeah.
Around the dog fighting.
It's very consistent graphics.
You're flying around in there. I mean, it's just crazy what's going on around you. I mean, I tend to just start watching around this other ship shooting this other ship, and ties going. And it's crazy when ties blow up. Like the debris is like right
it's
there.
Very, I think realistic as in like the physics of it and like the Yeah, like you shoot, you just nick off parts of the ship, and then like I always love like blowing it up and flying through the explosion.
Through it, yeah,
like,
totally.
It's absolutely
Oh,
Or
I
hit
had
them, they
the
start
whole.
crashing.
I had the whole episode 4 experience right away when I was a TIE fighter
Yeah.
chasing after this X-wing, and this
Yeah.
X-wing literally came right at me, like wedge,
Yeah. Yeah.
and destroyed me and like
Yeah.
flew right there.
Yeah,
And it was like,
that's-
yeah. Now, do you do cockpit view or do you do third person view?
I do third person for ships. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I try. I want to do the cockpit.
I tried
it's
it.
so hard though.
Well, soldiers as well. I do first person soldiers.
Yeah, I do
but
that.
I'm seeing a lot of guys do third person, and they do very well. Like because you can see
You can
more
see a lot
around
more.
her,
Yeah,
around yourself. So
totally.
I might start trying that. But
I might try that too, actually, because that's all I've played is first person
Yeah.
shooter.
I've got a pretty decent gun at this point. You know, some nice armory, but I'm still just like almost every time I kill somebody, I die. So I'm there have been moments where I've been able to get up to like 20 or so kills, you know, but I still am just dying so much because it's just insane. You're just
It's just
constantly,
waves and waves
you're just constantly,
and waves.
There's
Yeah.
always someone there to get you from behind or whatever. It's nuts.
Totally.
But I love it. I absolutely love it.
Yeah, I love it. I love it too. Again, what I haven't done on the multiplayer is those other. I haven't done all the different types.
I've done a lot of them.
I haven't done a lot.
There's like a droid one, like a capture the flag kind of thing, which I haven't done. But like the blast zone, I think is what it's called, or blast, whatever. It's just you just like Slayer. You just kind of like kill as many people as you want. Supremacy, which is like everything. You can play as a hero. You can fly ships. You can shoot people. It's soldiers. So, and I've done the vehicle. I did the Walker assault back in the beta version.
Now, can you be a walker?
Yeah. So
See,
it's like another token.
I want to try that.
It's another token you kind of grab and unlock. So you could be a walker and you just kill everybody. You just laser everybody to death.
Man.
So that's also near impossible to destroy walkers.
Yeah.
It's much harder.
Well, you have to like tow cable. Use a tow cable.
Well, I've never tried that. I'm sure it's possible in that, but like on the walker levels, it's different to where there are certain windows where you can attack a walker. Like you have to use your Y-wing bombers to come and
Oh, really?
like you have to unlock the Y-wing bombers, I think, and then like start bombing it. And then as soon as they bomb it, I think they like use the ion torpedoes, ion cannons,
yeah.
to make it vulnerable to other attacks.
Oh,
So it's just different. It's different than the old Battlefront, which I love it. It's much more engaging than the old Battlefront.
yeah. I am a little disappointed that there's not like a story campaign,
Yeah, it's true.
a canon campaign, or
Yeah.
something like that. But if this is meant for just to be in the world of Star Wars,
Yeah.
they did
Yeah.
it. I mean, they accomplished it.
Which I'm curious though when the Jakku stuff comes out, if that will have kind of a story behind it.
See, I think that's going to be kind of just a mission,
just a map. You can
like one of the mission maps.
because Boba, we saw the trailers of Boba being on Jakku because we saw the Star Destroyer crashing in the back, kind of stuff, and all that stuff. So it's just a hero. You could be Luke.
Yeah, I
you
think
could be Vader.
Correct. Yeah, I don't think because of the gameplay, I don't think it's as exciting to
Yeah.
know about that now. Because you can just be Boba Fett anywhere, and I don't think his storyline has been.
Although
revealed
it's
yet.
interesting, in one of the trailers, Boba flies over the Sarlacc pit. He's like, "Oh, not letting that happen again."
I know.
So that kind of looks like, "Oh, what? Is he
back
is
yet?
he
That's
back?
all I want to know.
And there's another part, like in the main menu of Battlefront. It's like that white, white interface there with Battlefront, and sometimes there'll be like somebody R2D2 there or something like that. One time when you're on the main menu, you see Luke's lightsaber float through the screen, kind of around, kind of like what we keep hearing about Force Awakens. Although it's his green lightsaber and it's ignited, so you see the green blade, and it's just floating through the screen. So it's just probably just a cool little thing they added in there. But I'm like, well, that seems kind of like a Force Awakens homage there.
Wow.
Yeah.
So Battlefront, awesome. We're on Xbox One.
Right. Yeah. Kryptonian 1138. So it's mine.
Yeah.
Mine is I guess yours is all of us have the same tags as our.
Well, as what?
You're producer 21.
I'm producer. This is like the only thing that's different.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to do my name really on there for some reason. I don't know. Because I'm decotting him 2-1 on all social media, but for that I actually chose producer 21.
Yeah.
So that's my gamer tag. Yeah, you're still the same.
Yeah.
If I had something like that, I would keep it.
Yeah.
But I use my name everywhere. But Kumaster Ku's on it. Corey,
Yeah.
your brother's on the Xbox as well. I tried to get my buddy Jeb. He went PS4 though.
Yeah.
So
Come on,
sorry,
man.
he's playing by himself. But he left work today like, I'm going home and play Battlefront. So yeah, I love the game. Everybody out there doesn't have it yet, get it. All right, so we'll talk briefly before we end this thing about episode 1, the commentary that we have right now. You can go to our YouTube channel, /21 Network, spelled out on YouTube. We've got under the Inside the Force playlist there, you've got the episode 1 commentary. It's the video. Now, again, on this feed, this podcast feed, if you're listening to us on the podcast, episode 119, the one right before this one, is the commentary, just the audio.
Right.
So you can kind of cue it up still and follow along in the movie and hear our commentaries. But again, we're doing this for all the movies. We've done commentaries through episode 4 as of right now. But we're releasing them slowly as we get along here. Episode 2, I'm finished with. It'll be done and uploaded probably by the weekend. It's November 18th for everybody's people that have maybe listened to this podcast later. But so episode 2 is done. It's getting up there, and like I said, we've done 3 and 4. We'll record 5 and 6 before the movie comes out. But anyway, what I'm finding out, and I just want to touch on this a little bit. You again, you can hear our thoughts on the movie as you watch it or listen to it. But after doing these commentaries so far, I am really like. It's the first time I've really. I mean, I can't remember how many times we've sat and watched a movie or the movie's been on there. I mean, we've known each other a long time now. We've seen it 100 times, but we've never actually sat down and just talked about it.
Yeah.
And commented about it and really dissected it. Mm-hmm. And to be honest, my thoughts and feelings about these movies are changing. Mm-hmm. And next week we'll talk about episode 2, because episode 2 is kind of the biggest one that has changed my opinion on it, about my feelings about that movie. But episode 1, not so much, except there's definitely some things in there I would have done differently.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard for me to pinpoint exactly what. I mean, I think some of the things were, there's like a deleted scene that I wish they had kept in or whatever. I think I would have focused mainly on Anakin's story, honestly. Because everybody complains about all the political stuff behind it. Some people say that there's no story at all in episode 1. You can cut out pretty much everything except for like the last 30 minutes of episode 1 with the fighting, basically, which, I mean, I don't know. I see a story there. I see the plot of the whole separatist kind of stuff, and then the Trade Federation and all that stuff throughout all 3 films. But yeah, I would definitely focus more on Anakin Skywalker on episode 1. Even maybe start more, go ahead and throw more Anakin with Obi-Wan in episode 1. Start that relationship there, because there really wasn't. It was all Qui-Gon, which is great. Qui-Gon was fantastic. Liam Neeson was fantastic in that. Maybe more of that, more Jedi talking about more stuff with the Jedi, more stuff with Anakin. I don't know. Maybe have Anakin start his training even earlier. Maybe not wait to the very end of the movie. Maybe he can already start there and throughout. I don't know. Maybe introduce Anakin much earlier on in this episode than just have him start his training throughout. I don't know. It's different.
Yeah, I mean, briefly, me would be, the big thing we did mention this on the commentary, but I felt like the big thing, the one thing he wanted, as in George Lucas, the one thing he wanted to put out there with this movie and show something cool is, I feel like he just put so much effort into the pod racing.
Yeah, he did.
You know what I mean? Like, it almost felt like he was ramping up to get there. Mm-hmm. And then we'll talk about some politics and then close it out with a battle. You know what I mean? Like, and it goes, and it lends to that theory too, that when you get to the Blu-ray, he added more pod racing.
Yeah.
Right? There's more, it's extended.
Yeah.
So, and yes, at the time, the graphics, it was unbelievable. You couldn't believe what you were seeing, I don't, again, watching it, I mean, Jar Jar doesn't ruin it for me.
Yeah. He's an idiot.
Yeah,
but,
absolutely.
But yeah, I totally get his purpose.
Yeah, he doesn't ruin it for me.
Yeah.
Like anybody else, I wish there was kind of more Darth Maul.
Yeah.
But other than that, I felt like episode 1 has a story there. And again, we've mentioned it several times throughout the prequels, is that they are, and you really got to pay attention, but they are really politically driven.
Mm.
I mean, it's entirely politics.
Yeah.
I mean, all 3 of those movies are about taking control of the government.
Yeah.
That's Palpatine's role. He's not trying to just fight and destroy the Jedi or
Right.
fight and destroy everybody. He is sneaking his way into becoming and manipulating people to believing he can be an emperor.
Yeah.
So he doesn't, that's the thing too, is you think about it in the original trilogy when it first came out, it's like, oh, this is a guy that took over.
Yeah.
He didn't take over. He was put into office,
Yeah.
given all the power, and he just did it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So there is a story there that you have to find that out, and again, in episode 2, when we get to it, it's like, there has to be a love story, even though you could probably do it a different way, but there has to be a love story in there because you've got to get to Luke and Leia eventually, right? So, but anyway, listen to our commentary. It's more about that kind of conversation as we watch the movie, and like I said, we'll get those out. Look for those as they get released. I thought I could try to get on a timeline, but I'm just trying to getting them done and getting them out. But the one thing we're doing, trying to get these out in conjunction, is we're putting out trailers.
Right.
I'm putting out trailers that are echoing this Force Awakens trailer. So basically, the music from basically the final trailer that we got. I'm using that, and there's an episode 1 trailer out now that I think really makes the movie look pretty dang good.
Yeah, it makes it look better. Absolutely.
I mean, we've got some great comments from it already about, this gave me goosebumps, and good job and all this stuff. So I appreciate that. It's again, I'm making them, to me, I'm making them the way I'm basically focusing on what I think is the most important thing in the movies.
Yeah.
So episode 1 trailer, when you watch it, it's centered on Anakin.
Yeah, which again, that's why it's so much better, because it's focusing on Anakin, whereas the movie doesn't focus on him as much.
Totally.
So
there's dialogue on him getting discovered,
really
and
cool.
The fear stuff, So I think I haven't started the second trailer yet. What to you? What is episode 2? What's the focus in episode 2?
I think you have to continue with the Anakin thing. His fall, starting his fall to the dark side with his mother, kind of things that he's dealing with. But then again, you can't. It's going to be harder to show the villain of episode 2 in the trailer, because there's not an absolute clear one.
There's not a clear one.
You have Dooku, but there's not much he does. He doesn't do much. And Jango,
you don't even see Dooku till the third act.
Yeah. And it's not even clear who's Dooku. If you haven't seen it for the first time, it's like you don't really know he is Dooku until someone actually calls him Dooku. But I probably would have just, if I were making, I would focus on Anakin's fall, kind of like that, his troubles and stuff like that, and the love story, like you said, because it's all about the original trilogy or the prequel. Prequel trilogy is all about, I think, Anakin and Emperor, like Emperor going to power, Anakin falling to the dark side, and all that good stuff. But you can't really show, I think, Palpatine in this trailer, because it would spoil it. But Anakin and Padme, pretty much.
Yeah, I think, because I was kind of struggling between focusing on that or just focusing on like Obi-Wan's quest in that movie, which is
with the clones,
finding the clones.
Well, I think
the start of the war,
a little bit of both. Yeah, maybe.
You know what I mean? Yeah, maybe. But anyway, I'm gonna be working on that, trying to get that done the next couple of days. But anyway, all right. So go check that out. Of course, you can get to all that stuff at InsideTheForce.com. Follow us on Twitter, or it's all there. Links to YouTube there to see all these videos.
Yeah, and you can watch us and watch the movie at the same time, because we put the movie on the screen.
That's right. So you don't. If you watch the video, you don't have to queue it up. Yeah, it's right there in the box. Perfectly positioned and as we were watching it. So check that out. All right, so we'll close out. We didn't get to any comics. We're getting caught up on reading some of those, so we'll review some next week. But before we go, let's get into some canon materials here. Next.
Another kind of short one. This one, the entry is actually titled Obi-Wan Kenobi's first lightsaber, because he has a couple. But this is just a short little blurb
from episode
about
1, basically.
From episode 1, yeah. Obi-Wan Kenobi's first lightsaber. Appearances, episode 1. Creator, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Model, lightsaber type, single blade. I mean, there's not much to describe about the lightsaber, but there's kind of interesting. I thought it says here that based on the simple design of Qui-Gon's weapon, Obi-Wan's first lightsaber is lost during his duel with Darth Maul when it falls into Naboo generator shaft. So, I mean, I guess I didn't know. I guess it makes sense. So Obi-Wan designed his lightsaber, and he was inspired by his master's style lightsaber. And I'm just looking at it. Yeah, I can definitely see it, because Qui-Gon's lightsaber it's got more black in it. It's kind of more black, but it's got that kind of notched grip there. But so I thought that was kind of a cool little tidbit. Just Obi-Wan designed his after Qui-Gon. His second one, which honestly I can't even think what his second one even looks like. It's got more silver on it, I think. But very cool. So that's it. That's a little short little blurb. Canon. Obi-Wan Kenobi's first lightsaber. Designed it after Qui-Gon Jinn's lightsaber. And there you go. What do you got over there? So I'm reading from the Ultimate Star Wars Encyclopedia from DK. Dave is going to be profiling, well, not much of a profile, but he's going to be pulling
reading some facts
and trivia stuff from the Absolutely Everything You Need to Know About Star Wars book, also published by DK. And this one's really cool. It's got so many good things in it.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out which one.
He's like, it's because the way, what the book that you guys definitely should get these. I mean, it's all canon stuff.
Yes,
it's incredible. But
they're both from DK.
Yeah, the one I have, it's like all these entries about specific things, like people, places, things, vehicles, creatures, all that kind of stuff. Whereas like this, Absolutely Everything You Need to Know About Star Wars is all. It's sectioned off in categories. Like you have the heroes side, the villain side, the animals, and little things like that. And it's all just random stuff, like how many stormtroopers are on the Death Star when it blew up, and different fighting styles, that kind of thing. So it's pretty interesting things there. Yeah, got so many good things. So many.
I'll say
it's even got detailed stuff about like how tall people are, which the older encyclopedias that Star Wars used to have had that information. Like it always said, like Vader is almost 2 meters tall. It always puts it in meters.
Yeah, I'll just kind of skim on this page here. This is really because last week I talked about the first page was his Plo Koon stuff, which is kind of all first page about Jedi, and then it kind of breaks them down. And this one, oddly enough, we were just talking about him, Anakin. They're calling him the Maverick on here, right here. But some real quick tidbits on Anakin in here. I don't know where this came from, but it's canon now. But at 14 years old, he builds his first lightsaber on Ilum, trains with Obi-Wan Kenobi on Coruscant.
Huh.
So at 14,
cool.
he builds his first lightsaber. Some numbers, 700, I guess, is kilometers per hour, but the maximum speed of Anakin's ship, the Twilight being from Clone Wars, I think. That book, Starfighter. No, I think it's that ship that they kind of get in the movie, and then they call it the Twilight. No, maybe.
I don't know. Do you know that? Let me look it up.
So 15 minutes, 42 seconds is the Anakin's winning time in the Bunta Eve Classic Pod Race.
That's awesome.
We were just talking about. Anakin's height, 1.85 meters, which is 6'1", which is weird because I thought Hayden was like 6'4", but maybe not. See, another quick thing here. Yeah, I mean stuff like it says here he has a transmitter chip in his body. Like he can get blown up, stuff like that. So. Hey, we mentioned this. Actually, there's a couple here we didn't mention. We mentioned this, I think, during our episode 2 commentary, but behind the scenes, people that auditioned for the part of Anakin, which was given to Hayden Christensen, were Colin Hanks,
Did I know that?
Ryan Phillippe,
Yeah. Yep.
and Paul Walker.
I think I knew that one.
Paul Walker, I remember now.
Yeah.
But I thought we had talked about Leo DiCaprio.
Leo I thought was in that mix as well.
Yeah.
Ryan Phillippe, I knew that
Ryan
one.
Phillippe for sure.
Did not know about Colin Hanks. That's hilarious.
I actually think Paul Walker would have been a good pick, to be honest.
Well, yeah. I think Ryan Phillippe would have been.
I mean, back then he was
still that kind of pretty
a young,
boy.
pretty boy kind of guy.
which I didn't
He became a very decent actor.
Yeah.
Later in his life, but
I could definitely see Ryan Phillippe as Anakin.
I could
think
too.
He would have been great.
I do too. But anyway, there's some facts there.
Yeah, here's the Twilight ship. Yeah, this is from Clone Wars.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Okay, so it says here unhappy endings. All of Anakin's relationships seem to end in sadness.
Yeah.
Especially with the women closest to him. It says
Everything he
Skywalker
touched dies.
Padme eventually dies.
Yeah.
Ahsoka Tano leaves the Jedi Order.
Kills
Princess
Obi-Wan.
Leia. It says Anakin does not meet his daughter Leia until he becomes Darth Vader. He doesn't even realize that she is his daughter until it is far too late. So,
Sister.
yep, that's pretty cool. So, Anakin Skywalker. We will talk many things about him, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
And there's still those rumors. Even Chad asked me the rumor. Is Hayden Christensen in Episode 8?
Oh, yeah.
I think that'd be cool.
That would be cool, man.
I think that'd be really cool.
Come on, people. Get over it. He's a part of it. He's Darth Vader.
He is Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, not sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm not sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, not sorry. So, all right. Thanks for checking us out. I think that's it, right?
Yep.
We good there?
That's it.
All right. Again, tomorrow, 4 weeks away from the release of The Force Awakens.
Yes. Have you felt it?
So, follow Casey at Kryptonian1138. He's gamertag 1138. Kryptonian1138 also on Xbox. I am D Cottingham21. Producer 21 on Xbox for Battlefront.
Yes. I kind of want to do some Twitch streams. Kind of stream my
I don't
game.
even know how that works.
I know you can. There's an app on Xbox so you can stream it directly from Xbox.
Really?
But I don't know.
But
My
do you
internet
need a webcam?
No, you don't have to. You don't have to webcam it. I mean, I would at least
Does
get
it
a
just
headset.
it just streams what you're playing then?
Yeah, and
Oh,
you can
okay.
set up to where it does your webcam thing. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I might try it, but my internet speed might not be the best for that kind of thing. But
Yeah, I thought about upping my speed,
yeah,
but I don't know if I want to pay that much. Anyway, all right, guys. Thanks for listening, of course, InsideTheForce.com. You can tweet us at Inside the Force and like us on Facebook and follow us on there. And go check out our commentaries and our trailers for the movies as we celebrate the release of the next episode, Episode 7, Star Wars The Force Awakens. He's Casey over there.
Luke, you can destroy the Emperor. He has foreseen this. It is your destiny. Join me, and together we can rule the galaxy as father and son. Or not.
Yeah.
Or don't do it. It's okay. If that's cool, I'm here for you. It's all right. He didn't say that.
No. Or I'll just chop your hand off.
Or,
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Okay?
I'll
I'll go get your hand
killed a
back
lot
if
of
you want. I'll go
people.
get another
Yeah.
hand if you want.
Yeah. Whatever you need, son. Whatever you want. I'll get it for you.
Very good. Very good. All right. Can't hold my excitement in.
Yes.
I really can't wait for this movie. So, real quick tidbit too. Last thing is the individual movie steel books have been released
All right.
for the movies. They look really
I've
cool.
seen them, yes.
You can see pictures of. It's weird because it's the exact same disc art.
Oh, really?
From the
disc art?
it's the same
Yeah.
exact disc.
That's silly.
So unfortunately, it is the same exact movie that you have in your Blu-ray packs already. But if you want some different packaging, which they look pretty cool, and
Yeah.
I gotta admit, I'll probably eventually get them. So anyway, they're out there now. Go get those. All right, he's Casey.
Goodbye, everybody.
I'm David Cottingham, and may the Force be with you.
This has been a production of the 21 Network. For more great podcasts, visit 21network.com. To view additional content, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/21network. Follow us on Twitter at 21network for the latest news and updates. The 21 Network, for the fan and all of us.